I made my first stop in Kochi, a sleepy colonial city situated in the southwest corner of the Indian Peninsula, in the breathtakingly scenic state of Kerala, which shares the title God's Own Country with New Zealand and Yorkshire. It's a dreamy, lazy place. Time has crept forward very slowly since the Portuguese colonized the area. Their indelible landmarks, mixed with those of the Dutch and the British, can be seen across the Fort Cochin area. I'm in search of something particularly unique to Kerala. India as a whole is rich in folk art and traditional dance. There may be well over 100 different kinds of folk dances throughout the Indian states, but something quite special is going on here in Kerala. Tucked inconspicuously down a narrow alleyway, I find the Kerala Kathakali Center. I'm not sure what to expect as I walk down this nondescript passage. Is this a theater or somebody's house? As I enter the compound, I can definitely feel that I'm in an atmosphere that takes its art very seriously. There's something solemn and sacred in the air. This is no run-of-the-mill community theater stage. There is deep history here. The stage area already has artists on it. However, they don't seem to be performing anything. In fact, one of them is lying flat on his back.
The Kathakali dancer is in the middle of having his makeup applied, a 2-hour-long process. Tonight he'll be performing a piece from the Mahabharata, a sacred tale from ancient India. In all performing arts, whether it's dance, TV, film, theater, the application of makeup is a critical part of the process. Now, the audience usually isn't privy to it, but it enhances their experience of what they're watching. However, in Kathakali, the makeup application process is actually part of the show. As you can see, this room is full of people coming just to watch this very intricate, detailed ritual. It appears like the dancers first put on their base makeup and then they turn to a specialist who finalizes the touches. And although I'm not sure yet, I'm willing to bet that the devil's in the details. Just as in the gestures of kabuki, every single gesture means something specific. I'm willing to bet that every single piece of the makeup and the design conveys meaning.
I wonder what kind of patience and exactitude is needed not only to endure this kind of makeup, but to apply it on somebody else.
To think of all the grief I've given girlfriends over the years as I waited for them to put on makeup. We're gonna be late! And here I am paying to watch guys put on makeup for 2 hours. If they could see me now. But it's different. It's different. It's cultural.
Kathakali was born from two older dance forms, Ramanatam and Krishnanatam. The word atam means enactment, so basically they enacted stories from two of the most famous characters in Indian literature, Rama and Krishna. Traditionally, there are over 101 classical Kathakali stories. Hey, same as the Dalmatians. Traditionally, these stories were initially composed to last the whole night. But nowadays, there's increasing popularity for concise or select versions of the stories. Honestly, I have no idea what I just saw. It kind of looked like a gruff king trying unsuccessfully to seduce a maiden by both guile and aggression. Kind of like my average Saturday night. That's about all I can say about 40 minutes of viewing. I suspect that much like Japanese kabuki or nogaku, the brunt of the message is in the nuance of the gestures and the movements. So the next day, I meet up with performer and teacher Regu for the inside scoop.
Remember that dancer last night demonstrating all those elaborate moves? Well, that's Regu, and I've got the pleasure of having him teach me a few of those moves myself.
Would you mind to remove your shirt?
Yeah. Do you have something like you got? Is it clean?
No, not actually.
Not actually? Alright, I've got underwear on this time. Alright. What do you call this?
Munda.
Munda?
Yes.
Take off the pants too, right?
Yes.
Alright.
Do you know how to wear it?
No.
Can I help you?
Sure, please help me.
First things first, take off the stiff Western clothes and get in the proper attire.
Holy smokes. No, I should have stretched out this morning.
Next up, Regu shows me some of the
one is always
basic
in this
fundamental
position,
steps to the Kathakali dance.
Position. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, okay, I got it.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
The key, as I find out, is timing. Everything seems to revolve around timing, from facial expressions to the basic steps to the mudras. It's all got to be in sync and in time with the music. Regu ups the pace.
Woo! I wouldn't want this guy to kick me in the ribs, because after pounding this ground just for that 2 minutes, my feet are killing me. Your feet must be like hammers. Remind me not to get in a karate fight with you.
Yeah.
Once I fooled him into thinking I have the basic steps down, Regu transitions the lesson towards other aspects of the art. Eye movements, mudras, and expressions. I'm in Kochi, Kerala, and I found my way into the Kathakali performance stage. My mentor, Regu, is having one hell of a time trying to mold me into an acceptable Kathakali student.
1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1. Keep the eye closed. 1, 2, 1. Fish, yeah. Lotus flower. Kapitaka. Ice. Mugura. 1,
Okay, pistol.
2,
Bang.
3,
Man.
4. 1, 2.
You talking to me? I think you're talking to me. You offended my friend.
These facial twitches, which I'm having a hard time mastering, require extreme command of the tiny muscles in your face, being able to isolate those muscles to convey a certain meaning to the audience. It's not your typical angry or sad. It's very elaborate, it's very showy, and very difficult to master. Right.
Now that I've got the moves, it's time to get dolled up. Sitting still for hours while strangers apply goop to my face with sticks and brushes isn't my idea of a good time, but reluctantly I agree. If you're gonna act the part, you gotta look the part, right? The dancers instruct me to keep my facial gestures to a minimum and give me a teeny tiny matchstick to scratch any itchy spots. Oh, this is painful. This is torture. How do women spend even a minute doing this? I keep fantasizing about how I'll exact my revenge on the producer. I get the feeling Regu thinks I'm a complete wussy. I flinch every time he pokes me with that coconut stick near my eyeballs, and I can't sit cross-legged for an hour without shifting, which triggers disapproval in his gaze. Whew! The initial process of the makeup application is done, but the ordeal is not over yet.
I kind of feel like the love child of the Green Goblin and Kermit the Frog. Well, that was quite an ordeal. I think I have a greater amount of respect for not only these dancers, but for clowns around the world, women who wear a lot of makeup. I respect what you go through. Although I can't quite understand it, I think I would rather be waterboarded than to go through that again. Most of these dancers, when they're having their makeup applied, they pass the time by thinking about what unique twist or take they're gonna put on their role. I don't have that luxury since I'm not performing, so I spent the time fantasizing about what I could do with my new look. Namely, robbing banks, scaring the bejesus out of people, and frequenting single bars.
Next step, put on the royal threads. We start with a set of super baggy MC Hammer era pants.
I stopped eating the flesh of humans and started drinking Slim Fast, and look how much weight I lost. The process continues. The guy is trying to beautify my ugly feet.
I didn't expect so much under attire going into these outfits, and I definitely didn't think they'd be wrapped so tight.
I got some hips now, baby. Some boom pow. Said it's going right up the canyon, if you know what I mean. This little rope. I haven't experienced this since grade school. He's working for leverage on this wedgie. Oh yeah. That's show business, baby. I feel like a woman from the Victorian era putting on that corset under tension and then the wire dress. I gotta go pee. Pee. Going to the bathroom's not an option.
This just doesn't seem to stop. There's no end to this process. How do these artists do this every single night? Ah, the final touch. Heavy lies the crown. No kidding. This thing weighs about 15 pounds. With the outfit complete, I'm ready to pull it all together. I still can't believe the actors I saw last night were jumping around, non-stop dance marathon action in these outfits. I can barely walk without toppling over.
Dun, 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 dun.
No wonder why the Victorians seemed so stiff. They were wound up like yarn balls. Yeah, I know. It doesn't look like much, but that's a day's worth of practice right there. Trying to move and dance with all that gear and makeup on ain't easy, let me tell ya.
That was the most elaborate, time-consuming, painstaking application of makeup I've ever had. In all the roles I've done, nothing even comes close. Not only do these guys have to do this 2 hours every night, but in order to perform on this stage, even a tiny role, you need 3 years of training. For a major role, you might need 6 years of training. That's because all these mudras, all these combinations of moves, speak a language that you can't talk with your lips in the art form. Physical not only in your body, but physical in your face. In order to convey emotions to the audience, you need to isolate muscles in your face and contract very specific ones. So, respect to you guys. Very difficult job that you have.
But your artistry, from what I saw last night, is spot on. It's magnificent.
So there you go, Kathakali in all its splendor.